Well, greetings. Thank you so much for watching these small videos. I'm getting a very good response to them according to YouTube. Okay, so this is excellent. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about rubrics. I probably don't need to tell you much about the philosophy behind rubrics, but I use them in two ways. Okay, I use them also as a teaching tool. I make sure the students ahead of time see my rubrics for that specific assignment so they know ahead of time exactly what I'm looking for. I find that this is a great aid to the student. But I do have to keep repeating that. I have to keep driving the students to the rubrics, before they turn in the assignment so that they really get the point. The rubric itself is actually in the assignment. It's actually in the assessment, which I'll get to in a minute, all right? So what I like to do is with the rubric, after I've constructed them, I like to basically make brief comments in the dialog box, and then I like to direct them to the rubric so they see exactly where their points fell, that kind of thing. And I'm going to show you all that in just a minute. I'm looking at my notes here. I'm trying to be organized. So let's go ahead and look at the rubric making tool. Okay, you go down to Tools, Course Tools, and you go down to the R's, right? Rubrics. Okay, now I've been teaching online for many, many years. I have a lot of rubrics, almost too many, okay? So let's look at I'm teaching a research paper class, and this week they are putting together a PowerPoint to sort of outline their paper ahead of time and also to show the rest of the class in peer review exactly what their project is. So I can click here and I can go ahead and open the rubric, show you what I've done. So let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, yeah. So what I have is this PowerPoint. So I have a criteria for design. I have one for page length and organization. I'm quite big on page length. I think students want to take shortcuts sometime and can't really show me their critical thinking unless they have the exact number of pages or close to the number of pages I'm looking for. Then I have a specific critical thinking category. And then this is a narrated PowerPoint, so I talk about that. Then I have basically unsatisfactory, average, good, and excellent. And then I have the specific details as to what makes them average, good, or excellent. And then I have the point range, okay? So I print this out, and I put it with the assignment ahead of time for the students, and I drive them to it. Say, hey, here's exactly what I'm looking for in this project. Here's exactly how I'm going to grade this. Okay, so I should say this. All my rubrics are customized per the assignment. Now, you don't have to do that. You can go online and find all kinds of good rubrics for presentations, for writing assignments, that kind of thing, or you can customize them yourself for individual assignments. That's what I tend to do. So let me close that. So let me show you how do you make a new rubric. Okay, let's go to Create Rubric up here at the top. Okay, obviously you have the title. Now, I don't have the best way of doing this. I don't know which way. It's up to you. It's what your own grading philosophy is. It's what you're exactly looking for in an assessment. Right now, Blackboard, and I've already noodled a little bit around in Brightspace, so anything I'm telling you here is going to transfer pretty well to Brightspace, and not directly, but the assessment, the philosophy is still there, and the tools are still there. So they've set up a few things ahead of time: formatting, organization, and grammar. You just click on any of these. You can change the titles. You can change the percent. You can add a column if this isn't enough for you, novice, competent, or proficient. You can add whatever you need to. You can customize a rubric any way you want, okay? Some people like percent, some people like points. There's let's see, rubric type percent. Up here you have no points, you have points, point range, percent range. I have found ranges kind of difficult. I've tried those before. I like something just kind of standardized. Generally, an A is 100, a B is 85, a C is 75. Students know this, all right? They understand that. So students understand points pretty well. So there's a lot you can do here, and I think it's pretty intuitive, okay? And then, of course, it's important to show the criteria weight because I like to weight different parts of the rubric, okay? I wouldn't ever have 33% for formatting, okay? And I wouldn't have 33% for grammar. I'd have other kinds of things there, taking up more of those percents. So that's pretty much how you create a rubric, okay? Now, once you have the rubric, what do you do? All right, so let me show you, let me go to my grade book. Let me close this, excuse me. Okay, Grade Center is grading. Okay, so here's a PowerPoint that I need to grade today, all right, or this week, soon. And right here is the dialog box where I can write in anything I want. So I'll look through the whole PowerPoint. Right now I can tell you she already met the page length. The page length was 15 slides. Okay, so she's going to get good points there. Now I don't always every second use the rubric. Okay, I use the rubric when something's really tough to grade, okay, where I really have to think about it. If I can tell offhand they've done a terrific job, I just say, hey, this is a terrific job. You've accomplished everything I wanted you to accomplish. The slides are very attractive. The organization here seems to flow naturally. I'm sure you'll be able to write a good paper if you follow the same organization. Your in-text citations look good, all that kind of thing. So I'll just say a few comments here. But if it's nowhere near what you're actually looking for, click right here. There's the rubric, okay? And I have unsatisfactory, average, good, and excellent. I have the points. Now, there are two things here. You want to show the descriptions and you want to show the feedback. So what this lets you do is for this first column, design, I could put something directly right here. I could say, well, this is average, okay? And because they used a Microsoft, actually they did. This is a design, okay, this is excellent, very stylish, all right? So I could either say something here if I wanted to or not, right? Same way here, I can click, okay, well, she's reached the page length. Yeah, Kelly, I think that's a woman. Excellent, okay, so I can go down here and click on all these if I want to, okay? And then it'll total up the number of points and be very specific, right? So if I'm not happy with that project entirely, if I really feel the student needs a lot more direction than just saying, hey, this is exactly what I was looking for, you met all the criteria, congratulations, that kind of thing, I can go through my detailed rubric and come up with an exact point score that the student can see for themselves that exactly how they got the grade. That's very, very transparent, and it's not hard. It doesn't make, I don't have to think in great detail about every single different assignment when I have this rubric to remind me exactly what I'm looking for here. I still have to think, okay. So let's cancel. So here's the dialog box where I can write anything I want, that kind of thing. Let me check my notes. I try to go through these pretty quickly. We don't have a lot of time to do this. I mentioned the philosophy. It's transparency, you already know that. That's what rubrics are for. But I like to use it as the teaching tool. So I think that's pretty much it. If you have questions, I'm more than happy to take them by email, wellerw@pfw.edu, or I think you can just add them to the listserv and I'll see them. So I hope you're finding these useful, and I want to make sure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible for everybody. And this is very time consuming. I know for all of you, it's very time consuming to move your class online, and it's very time consuming to teach online. You're not there in the face-to-face classroom to explain the assignments, to whack the students over the head with a wet noodle, to keep them online. And I even think the assessments can be harder, okay? But that said, I honestly believe that when all this is over, okay, I'm not saying everything's gonna go online, I hope not. I'm not for that at all. But that you might find that the experience using Blackboard and using Brightspace might really enhance your teaching, might make it, I would like to, I don't, none of us do it because it's easy, but might make it more smoother, going for you more smoothly, right? If we kind of incorporate some of these learning management system ideas into our own teaching on a daily basis. For example, I would never dream of taking home papers to mark, never. It would always have to be in the learning module. I'd always have the plagiarism checking ability. I'd always have the ability to make specific comments that I didn't have to always just type out, okay, that kind of thing. What else do I want to say very quickly here? Feedback to learner, okay. Let me show you what I just did. This is very neat. See right here, that little click to open full content editor. Watch this. See that right there? That's a microphone. You could actually embed audio files, okay? Rather than all this typing and writing and spell checking and everything, you could actually embed an audio file right there in the feedback. And I've done that. I do that for discussions where I don't have time to type all that, do all that typing for everybody's discussion. I embed a little audio file. Kind of cool. Okay, little tip there. So I hope this has been helpful.